Good morning.
Afternoon.
Morning.
Oh yeah, by the
it's
time
coming
you guys
out a little
late.
I gotta put my hand here or there'll be a lens flare. So, we are in town. Clearly, we are not at the property. It seems like our life is very much on the go as of right now, trying to...
I feel like, when is it not?
Well, when we're sleeping.
Yeah.
We are, you guys know, at this point, we're starting the barn renovation. We're trying to get...
The barn reno.
Yeah, rendo. Some of y'all were commenting window. So, we're constantly going around getting supplies, doing stuff. We're trying to get that done. Some people quite don't understand why we're doing that. And then some people are like, and this is why you call your place Someday Ranch. And they're like, I think this is a very good use of your time to do this. And right now, while it is cold and we're kind of waiting on the concrete people to do stuff, I really do think it's a good...
I think it's the best use of our time.
Yeah.
We were like trying to rack our brains on this weather, what are we going to do, how are we going to move forward, and you just think about the property, what needs to be done, and then the barn is definitely like a huge thing.
Yeah, that was something that we got it to the point where it'd be good to hold the animals, and then clearly we had to start taking care of ourselves, try to build a house, do all that. Well, if the house build is on pause for the moment, not for a long time, hopefully not a long time, for the moment, it's like, why would we not jump back into it? And for me, this is probably the best thing to do because I don't get bored. I get, I don't know. I don't know the right word.
I'm trying to think of a right word.
Antsy. Kinda, I guess.
Antsy.
I don't know if that's the right word. More of like, I don't know. I don't get burnt out. I don't get bored. I just have to do something different. I can't do the same repetitive thing over and over and over. So if we would have just started the barn and completely finished it, one, it would have put us way behind on trying to build a house and do stuff ourselves. But two, it's good for me to get away from a project and come back because then I'm rejuvenated.
Number one, so you gotta keep it spicy, okay? And then how do you?
But it's cold outside.
But how do you keep it spicy? Is you walk away from a project, then come back to it later.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it too. Well, I'm feeling so tired already.
Really. I don't think that people care about that.
All right, you deal with it. Pretty much, like I started thinking too, I was like, man, we could try to finish the outdoor patio area that we did, but
we need the weather warmer.
Yes. If you're doing stain, you're doing paint, you're putting caulking up, you're putting the stuff on the back fireplace pit, rock thing, whatever you want to call it, you just really can't do it. And then we're not trying to start like a new project, at least not right now. And then there's just certain things that make sense, and for us the barn did, and then
just to be able to, again, one that is kind of set up how we're thinking and everything, that does help us in so many other ways. It's like makes it our life a little bit more efficient. I don't know, it's definitely a step in the right direction. Yeah,
and people were commenting saying too, well, why don't you just make part of that like a mini workshop so you can put your tools, you can work, you can do all that type of stuff. And yeah, that would work, but there's been so many times that I'm like, well, maybe we just need to buy a shed and put a shed on the property, and we can put storage, we can put stuff in there, do that, or maybe a shipping container, or maybe just like a small metal garage shop that's like a little 2-car one, or, you know, anything like that. And we're just trying to really avoid a lot of buildings.
Well, that, and then also if we make the barn part of the workshop now, that just means later there's something else for us to do. It's like we take that all down and build it somewhere else, or
not
you know
even
what
just
I'm saying. It's
not even take it down, but we'd have to utilize it the way it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would just rather continue the barn, the dream barn, as it's supposed to be, and then we just kind of deal with our stuff kind of being everywhere for now. We will have storage and stuff there that will help.
Yeah.
But once we get the shop,
yes,
then that's where everything can go.
And you guys probably know how we are by now. I'm on Facebook Market all the time, and you see the shed dealers and the metal building places and all that are always on there, and they have certain deals and all of that, and a lot of those you can, I guess, lease to own. You can buy it out, you can finance, you can do whatever, but you got to have the concrete done first up front.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, I don't want to really, let's just build it ourselves. It'll be cheaper. Like, it'll be a lot cheaper. It's a great project. It's, you know, we could build it pretty much like we're building the house right now with the big trusses.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, holy cow, it's a big project. And then I have to battle. It's very hard for me to pay for something that I could do myself. And I've been like that my whole life, where I'm like, I can just build it and save a ton of money. But are we at the point where it's worth spending the money to go and have it, or it's not on our plate? You know what I mean? In the long run, we'll pay a lot more for it, but if you get it now, that hassle of not having everything out and about and having to have space and all that, is it worth the money?
So basically, shop's on the back burner. And
as well, kinda.
Yeah, the priority is the house.
Yes.
But again, we can't work on that because of the weather. So next barn, what we're doing in there is definitely going to help, even storage wise, like everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's going to be good. I think it's a good decision.
Yeah. And then, well, also with like the shop, my original thought was doing like our house, where you have the wood post, you do it like a pole barn, you do all that. And then they also have like the red iron kits that bolt together or weld together. They also have like the it's steel tubing, but it's like the thinner stuff, like carports and all that. They're rated for like 140 mile an hour winds. We want to, it's not only just going to be a shop, it's going to be part of like our hangout area. We have a vision of what we want. And do we compromise what we want so we can have something now, or do we wait and get what we fully want later? And that's like the hardest thing, is we know we need storage, we know we need a shop, we know we need this, and if we go smaller and what we really maybe don't want but need, then we can go and have it. But will we be disappointed later? And I think the whole point of this property is make this what we want, not what we need. So
it's make it what we want and need.
Well, correct, but it's more of, you got to think long term, and it's more of what we want is the big shop with the place to hang out and do all that stuff. Because if we do something smaller, I think we'll regret it. And so as of right now, it's very uncomfortable. It's very dissatisfying seeing stuff here and there. We're, using the barn for storage rather than animals, and it's part of it. But in the long haul, I think we're going to be very, very happy with what we did. It's sometimes you really, truly have to sacrifice to be where you want to be. And I don't think our life could be any more of that without showing y'all. I don't know, we say it all the time. It's like Danielle is a bit, she'll say stuff like, I just never thought when we got the camper we would still be in it at this point. Well, we never thought we were going to move property either. But it's worth the sacrifice to do what we do to have what we want. And I think that's a big lesson that hopefully we're showing and will show, that a lot of people, too many people want now. And they want stuff and they're willing to settle to have it now. And I think that's a terrible, like truly a terrible way to think, because why sacrifice what you want just to have it now? It's worth the wait, it's worth the work, it's worth the sacrifice, it's worth all of it. And in the end, it's the reward is worth it. And it's the same thing with like our animals. You know, it's like when we got Reba, we weren't thinking we're gonna have Reba and eat her.
Yeah.
It's Reba's gonna have babies and we will eat the babies. Which, if anyone knows anything about cows, that's years.
It's the most long-term investment
with animals. Yeah, it's years.
Yeah.
And then
which, side note with that, Lambo, I think, has been trying.
Yeah.
I think he's been getting a little close, getting a little fun and flirty.
I saw him.
Reba,
she don't like it.
She runs away.
Yeah. So I saw him kind of coming down.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell what he was doing. I saw him behind the fence, and I was like, maybe he was trying to mount, because what else would he be doing?
Yeah.
I didn't know if he like tried to jump in the hay ring and then was getting out backwards, or if Reba was there, because by the time I got around, they were both kind of walking.
Yeah.
But he's been putting his head up to her, been doing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, when I saw, he was like putting his head like on top of her and was like, I think about to try.
Yeah.
And she said, and just like sprinted.
So I think
she said, you got work for it, boy.
Yeah, but I think that might be because she's already pregnant. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know the science.
Maybe maybe Lambo's not her type.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We will be posting a Crocker video here shortly, and then later today we should have a Crocker Life if everything goes smooth. Depends on everything goes in town.
Well, we will be going.
Oh yeah, we're going live.
Oh, wait, no, not today.
That's tomorrow.
Just
yeah.
Kidding.
Going live tomorrow.
Days are getting confused.
Yeah. So
I don't know if a Crocker Life will be out today.
We will if we can, but if not, just know things took a lot longer today in town. But we'll make up for it on the weekend or something.
Yeah.
It's just a busy, crazy time. Just like we've been saying, like the last month has just been wild. And hopefully the weather will clear up enough. They can come pour everything and we can really get moving. Once they at least put the forms up, we can really start moving back on the house.
It's supposed to be warmer this week. Like today's in the 50s. And then there's a couple days where it's going to be in the 60s. But it just drops down in the 30s at night. And then, this weekend though is supposed to be really cold, so but I don't know. It's the name of the game.
We'll see. That's why we jumped on the barn rendo.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Appreciate y'all watching, and Crocker video coming up shortly, and then potentially a Crocker Life. If not, we'll make up for it on the weekend because we did say 5 a week. So, all right, guys, bye.